Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, you heard 37. So I think we've got a good flight today. Some scenery. I've been trying to show you Montreal. Finally we got a good flight to Montreal. And we're in Daytona Beach, one of our bases. And by the way, we have some awesome scenery for Daytona Beach. You're going to love that scenery. Right there beside the Indy 500 track and everything. Daytona Beach International Raceway, I think it's called. I actually have flown in there myself. Flew in and out years ago. It's a pretty good airport. This scenery is really, really, really good. And we're going to be jumping into the 747 because I have a 747 there. We still have, I think, two? Yeah, we got to go back to Denver. Although I don't really want to show Denver for that. And I did that logistic not too long ago, so we're not going to do that one. We just need to do the UPS one, and then we'll move over to the 747s, and then move on from there. But I've already got this, I think I've already got loaded up. Yeah, I took some fuel out and everything, got this thing ready. It's a little, I got it at 1,145 miles altogether. Alright. Not really sure where to put it, Don't have any heavies. We got some larges. So we'll go for 23, that large right there. And we'll go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. Obviously not really the correct area, but it'll work. They don't really have any heavy spots. The gates are over there. Yeah, it's right next to the raceway. It's sweet. You can hear the cars coming, driving around there. You can't see them, though. Sometimes you hear like the, I don't know what you call them, the announcer or address speaker or whatever, over the microphone. It's a really, really sweet airport. They even got the water inside the raceway, that like long, I don't know if you call it a pond or what. Very, very cool. So we actually should be over there. Did you see that lightning? But yeah, it's really, really cool. You can hear it. I think that's probably where we stayed, down there on the strip, actually. But really, really good detail. You can see a bunch of GA aircraft. Nothing commercial, though. But it's not a huge airport for that kind of activity anyway. Let's see if it'll start up Control E style. I had this started just a bit ago, and it was very odd how it wasn't really starting up. It was, I don't know what it was doing. I just hope we don't have to start it manually. It looks like it's, we click external power. Maybe we can get this thing going quicker. Alright. Actually, let's turn on, first start the lights up since it's going to start automatically. I'll go ahead and turn on the window heat. Trim air. I think that's all we gotta do for it. It'll start up. Let's go ahead and go to the FMC here. Give you all a better view. So we are at Daytona Beach, KDAB, KDAB. Alright, set our route. KDAB, Montreal is CYUL. It's right there behind that lever. Runway, we're going to take off on 7 left. The storm coming in. Go ahead and activate that. Execute. I don't know if this thing's going to start up or not. Departures and arrivals, 7 left. Get my flight plan out here. I think it's Roy's 7 though that we're taking. Yeah, Roy's 7. So we get that. Now, so I can't remember if you got to redo that or not. Try this again. You see that it disappeared now. I'm not sure. There we go, Roy's 7, there we go. Alright, index, and we're going to be arriving on 24 right. And the star is Carter 2. You see Carter 2. I guess that would be the 24. So we'll take on 24 right. Transition lats. Execute that. Alright, let's go over to the legs page. We don't want to do vectors though. So move that on up. Alright, gotta move this up. So sharp turn. But I didn't like the SID anyway. It was a little off to the left. It was kind of odd, I thought, how it was going to come in here. Move lats up. Now see, we've got vectors again. We're not going to do vectors. So we're not talking to ATC or anything. Hold it, y'all. We'll have to move that up to there. Execute that. And I'm going to go over to the load manager real quick and put everything in, so I'll be right back. Alright, got everything in. As you can see, we're not started up. I'll finish this and I'll get it started up, actually. I don't know why it's like this sometimes. It has been for a while now, actually. There's 0 fuel weight in. Reserves will carry 10. Cost index hasn't seemed to help, really. I'm just going to use 50. It doesn't really help with the overspeeds or anything like that. Let's see if we'll cruise at 35,000. We won't do any D-rated takeoff. Flaps at 10. Get our V speeds in. Trim is 5. It's pretty good. Actually, look, what was our our V speeds again? 155. So let me put that in before, so I don't forget it. 55. Then we need to go over here for our approach. I'll go ahead and put that in. Well, of course, it'll come down, but now we can look at our speeds anyway. It's got us at 149. We're 149 there, so that part's good. I see 240 at 3,000, and then we'd have to slow down in what, 8 miles? That's all right. We'll move that to 200 at 3,000. See, that's all right. So that should work. Seems like I'm forgetting something over there, but I don't think I am. Yeah, she's not started up. So I'll cut it right here, and I'll get this thing started up. Alright, everybody. She's getting started. Kind of confused, I guess, because all of them come up white, but actually they should all be black, and then you turn them white. So actually 2 and 3 started up first, but that's alright. Everything's started up now. Brakes and RTO, turn these both to auto. I'll go ahead and turn the TCAS on mode above. Gotta go find 7 left. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the APU off. And I'm gonna leave continuous ignition on. Well, I'll turn it off. Some people say you're supposed to actually leave that on while you're ascending. Some people say you're also supposed to have it while you're descending. So I'm not totally sure. And of course we're at the wrong end of the runway. Always thought that the strobe was on the end. I'm screwing that up. Turn on the taxi light. Put this to 35,000. Kind of weird we don't have to push back, but usually we do. Almost feels like I'm doing things out of order, which Actually, it might be. We'll go ahead and get this to 35,000, and then we'll taxi on over. Find our runway. Should be the first one that we come to. We just got to go to the other end of it. Alright, parking brake is off. Let's go ahead and taxi. Let's check out the frame rate. It's not too bad. It was dipping down to 24. Might dip down a little more. Feels like little taxiways, not made for the 747. Can't hear the Indy track now that the engines are running. So I'll tell you, we might just do away with the Orlando base, because I was kind of concerned about having, well, not concerned, but you know, having both of them so close together. But I have scenery for Orlando, but it's so jagged you can't really use it. So I've held on to this base. I think we can taxi this way. I think this goes to the end. I can't really remember because I'm so used to the default scenery when we were down here. All right, yeah, it goes all the way down. I'll tell you, when I was down Daytona, I don't even hardly remember being near, I can hear them now, being all that close to the racetrack. Although I remember when we were going down there, Florida was having massive wildfires. It was like state records for wildfires. And I remember we flew through them, and the whole plane just went black, and you could just smell the smoke, and then all of a sudden you pop out the other side. It was nuts. It's like the one thing I really remember about the flight down there. That and we flew out of there we went to Lexington, Kentucky to Atlanta to Daytona. I remember being at Lexington, and we got there and our freaking plane had engine trouble. So we actually sat there for like 7 hours. We ended up going to the mall and chilling. There's a bunch of us. Never really want to get on the plane when you hear it's having engine trouble. Even though, of course, they worked on it, but I hate that. So our flight down there was extremely long. And we were there for a week, and all we did was get drunk every single day. It was a heck of a time, though, I gotta say. It was fun. Good experience. Those clouds over there don't seem that dark. There has been a lot of lightning, though. Go and hit this heading 071. Ready, flight director on. Right, flight director on. We'll go ahead and set the flaps. There goes the flap. I know exactly why the flap sounds are gone. I put those reconfigured files in there. Alright, we're almost there though. I'm gonna pause it when we get there. I think I should be able to put those files back in and get our sounds back. What I'm really concerned about is when we get to Montreal, that Montreal airport is so hard on the computer. That's why I never really use it. So I'm kind of concerned we might get like out of memory errors. I'm almost sure we'll get them. So I might save it before we descend. Maybe that'll help. It should. Sometimes AirHauler does not like that. It says you can't do that. But as long as I don't like have to restart the computer or anything, which I shouldn't, and shut down AirHauler, then it'll think I'm still there, so it should be alright. I had to do it before, but sometimes it doesn't seem to work out too well. I think as long as you don't shut down AirHauler, you'll be alright. Stop here. I'm gonna pause it, put those sound files back in, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let me see if that got it. Nah, it still doesn't want to work. That's alright. We're only missing like the flap sounds, the speed brake, I think that's about it. There might be a master caution one that we're missing. That's alright. Alright, landing lights on, strobe on. Don't see one from down there. It's not a busy airport, I guess. Moving on to the runway. I've got the traffic set at 80, so you'd think you'd see something, but nope. It really seems like I'm missing something. I can't remember what it is. I think we're all good. It seems like we're missing something. I'm pretty happy. It runs pretty smooth. I got everything at dense, including there's a config tool. Everything is dense for the airport as well on the Aerosoft's little config tool. Alright, auto throttle's on. Everything looks good, even though it seems like we're missing something. Let's go ahead and take off at Toga. I'm gonna go ahead and move this range up just a little bit. So that's why I didn't like that SID. She's really wanting to get left on me. Apparently, Hige's not talking to me either. Hira? Flaps need to be to 5. Flaps to 1. However, LNAV and VNAV, that is one thing I forgot. We'll hit the autopilot. We'll take a look outside. It does have the surrounding area, which is really cool too. I don't remember. I guess it could be. They've got bridges, so it must be. I remember we stayed right on the beach. It was awesome. Check one thing. Alright. So we're about to have to put the flaps up. And the gear off. Alright, flaps up. I'm going to turn the taxi light off. Go back outside and look around some more. We're going to be coming around again. Oh, come on, clouds. Yeah, I didn't understand. I didn't really like the SID, but I went ahead and used it because it brings her straight back left. It was just kind of like a little unnecessary. That's some good memories of that place, man. Wish we could have gotten a better. I wish we were going closer to the raceway. But if we ever have some more flights to Daytona, should look pretty cool coming in. All right. I'll show you one thing. We probably have one problem here. Notice there's no PMDG sounds either. Oh, but I have this turned off as well. There we go. That'll help too. Sorry, I was making that that Toronto to Frankfurt video, and I turned that stuff off for some of the outside views and everything. That's why it was turned off. That's not a bad view. If we get a little bit closer to it, we do get kind of close to it. guess we won't get all that close to it. Across 10,000 feet. Let me go ahead and turn the landing lights off. I think that scenery is spectacular. Montreal is very good too. I've turned it down to dense, but it should still look extremely good. Like I say, it's a really hard scenery to run, even for me. It's harder even than Toronto. I think maybe it's because it's older and, you know, they changed the way they do things to make it run better. But I don't know, I seem to have a little bit of a problem with it. Especially if the thing's been running for a while. See how far we've gotten off the track. But everything looks good, everybody, so I'll go ahead and speed it up, and I will be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody. About 7,700 feet. You can see we're gonna come around. That's your airport right there. Already a little jagged, down to like 20 frames a second. Man, we've burned like maybe half our fuel. It's kind of ridiculous. Let's get our speed in here, 142. Let's make sure that this thing... So we will have... should have enough time to get down to 147. I'm gonna go ahead and set our heading to 147. Make sure I do that in plenty of time. So we're going over, I guess, the city of Montreal, huh? Get a better view here in a second. Maybe that's another reason why it's so difficult to run this, is because you got the city right there with it. Yeah, I didn't realize it was so close to the city. Maybe that's another problem. Although I've done it starting out at the city, at the airport as well, and I have a heck of a time running it. Arm the spoilers. Speed brakes are set to 2. Just keep making sure that at normal speed, I don't want it jumping up. Alright, just crossed 5,000 feet. Everything looks good. That's all stock, of course. The textures are also FTX Global. That's kind of odd how it's out there on its own. You can see how much area, I guess, is included with that airport. It's a beautiful airport. That's why it kind of sucks that I can't run it that well. Because, like I say, it's freaking beautiful. We're a little bit above the glide slope. Quite honestly, I'm going to go ahead and disarm the auto throttles. I should have probably already started lowering the flaps, but we'll get on it now. Right on the glide slope. Flaps go to 5. I restarted FSX, so I thought the sounds would be back. I got PMDG sounds up in the thing again, too. I'm gonna put flaps to 10. Get back on the throttle just a little bit. We're right on course with our descent. Now we're below the glide slope, but we're right on the descent. Move my view up, makes it a little bit easier. Of course, EZDok likes to change my views for me. Because we don't have that much time as soon as we make this turn. See the frames, it's not in view, so it's down to 21:19, something around there. Alright, back on the throttle. See, that says the glide slope's below us, our descent rates were above it, but that says the ILS glide slope, we're actually below it. Let's go and hit the localizer. So it's about 10 miles or so. Need that glide slope to come on down. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the gear. Flaps to 20. Wish that glide slope was come on down. We could go ahead and click it. Oh, she's getting jagged. Down to 12. Dipping down to 12. Man, we just get... Seems like it's going to come up on it real late. Because we're already at 2,000 feet. Go ahead and click vertical speed. 147. I'm going to slow this down. Alright, getting just a little slow there. So the glide slope coming down as well. Feel like I'm sunk down again. Alright, flaps is 25. Alright, we got our rollout and flare. Flaps are fully extended now. We're a little fast now, we're a little bit above the glide slope, that's awesome. Alright, we're almost at 1,000 feet. I could hear the 1,000 call out from the co-pilot, but oh, there's the out of memory. Hopefully we've got enough to land this thing. A little low now. Hold on, girl. Just gotta give me a little bit more. We're a little high now. .500 feet call out. We're off to the left a little bit. We're gonna get high. Yeah, we kind of ballooned right there. See that dust? Oh, we floated. I cut off the throttles early too, but we still floated. Manual braking, so we're already going so slow. I was hoping for a better landing than that. That view seems weird since I'm so high up. I definitely wanted to show you all Montreal. I said I would show it before. I know got a lot of Canadian viewers, so I wanted to show you all Montreal. It's such a sweet airport. Not getting the out of memory errors now though. We're on the ground. Landing lights are off. Taxi's on. Strobe is off. Let's hit up the ground here.
Montreal, ground, Emirates 1120, heavy, request taxi to the gate. Emirates 1120, heavy, taxi to the gate, Echo 1, using taxiway, Echo. Taxiing to gate, Echo.
Is that on the progressive taxi? Oh, come on now.
1120, heavy.
Hopefully we've got enough to get there. Alright, I'm gonna pause it and save it just in case. Be right back. Alright, it's saved, at least, for now. It's just a really difficult airport to run. I've got everything at dense. I mean, I could bring it back a little bit, but, you know, I want as much detail as possible. Without, you know, trying to go overboard or anything. That landing felt really weird, man. That new view, moved myself up that much made it even odder. And I couldn't hear the call-outs. I could barely hear it. Some of them. I think I got off the auto throttles too soon because we were a little bit fast, just a little fast. So I got off them, but then we kept floating and our speed just was dropping. I thought we might drop down and do damage to the plane, but it did say it was okay. Big Air Canada plane right there. Stuff right here and just look. Surprised there's no one taking off or landing. Yeah, brake tip. That's because I got on the brakes a lot. We didn't even really use the auto brakes because I accidentally got on it quick. But yeah, there's a ton of traffic in the air too. I thought that was kind of crazy. How much traffic was there? See, there is a... Oh, I accidentally tested it. Moved it back too far. Wait, what the heck? Oh, we're gonna taxi around and come back there. Alright. That makes sense, since we are a cargo plane. Usually they take us to a gate, but alright. It is actually more correct to have us at more of a cargo area. I think maybe one reason we don't have as much traffic is World of AI is what we're using. But I don't have a ton of liveries for it, so I'm not sure if that's maybe why there's not as many planes. And they're not using, you know, the stock? I don't know. Because I didn't think World of AI did that much. It's not like a program. I do have a lot of the major carriers installed. You can see the Air France right there. We saw that Air Canada as well. Yeah, it's such a beautiful airport. I just wish I could run it better. May do another flight sometime from Montreal. It should be better when we're loading up at the airport. We should get a little better performance. Just wish I would have done better on that landing. Alright, here's our parking area right here. There it goes again. Don't worry, we're almost done. Turn to that area. Maybe that's one of the big problems. Go all the way up. Lock the... Alright. At least now Air Hauler will say that we can do it, so if it crashes, it crashes. We should be okay. Alright, let's go ahead and move on over to Air Hauler. Get paid. Alright, we can go ahead and unload and get paid. That was a well-paying flight. It was over like 900 grand. See, we should have like more like 300 worth of fuel. So it doesn't quite burn as much as much as air hauler says. But I had to do my own fuel burn in air hauler to get it to the correct mileage. That's why it does that. Air hauler, what are we doing? There we go. Jeez. So the next one I had to interrupt the MD-11 flights again just to do that flight. But next we'll do the UPS, and that'll be the end of the MD-11s. We'll move up to the 747s, the ones we haven't done yet. The 2 777s, and then we'll move on over to the -8s. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you on the next flight.